I still can't believe it happened. One minute I was just a regular guy, trying to make a living and enjoy life, and the next, I was being crowned chief of a small village. It was a day that will be etched in my memory forever. It all started when I received an invitation from my friend, Emeka, to attend a traditional festival in his hometown. Emeka had been telling me about this festival for years, and I had always been curious. So, when he invited me to join him, I jumped at the opportunity. The festival was being held in a small village called Umons, which was located in the heart of the Igbo countryside. Emeka had told me that the village was famous for its rich cultural heritage and traditional practices. I was excited to experience it all firsthand. As we arrived in Umons, I was struck by the village's beauty. The thatched roof huts were neatly arranged, and the streets were clean and well maintained. The villagers were friendly and welcoming, and they greeted us with warm smiles. Emeka and I spent the morning exploring the village and attending the various events that were taking place. We watched traditional dances, listened to music, and sampled the local cuisine. It was a fantastic experience, and I was having the time of my life. But things took a strange turn in the afternoon. Emeka and I were sitting in the village square, watching a group of elders perform a traditional ritual. Suddenly, one of the elders approached us and started speaking in Igbo. Emeka translated for me, explaining that the elder was inviting me to join the ritual. I was hesitant at first, but Emeka assured me that it was a great honor and that I should accept. So, I stood up and joined the ritual. The elders gave me a traditional robe to wear, and they handed me a staff. I felt a bit awkward, but I tried to follow their instructions. As we continued with the ritual, I started to feel a bit strange. The elders were chanting and dancing around me, and I felt like I was being swept up in some kind of trance. The next thing I knew, the elders were crowning me with a traditional hat. I was confused and disoriented, but Emeka was laughing and congratulating me. "What's going on?" I asked him. "You've been chosen as the new chief of Umons," he replied, still grinning. I was stunned. "What? How is that possible?" Emeka explained that the villagers had been searching for a new chief, and they had chosen me because of my pure heart and strong spirit. I was skeptical, but the villagers seemed to be serious. As the day went on, I was treated like royalty. The villagers brought me food and drinks, and they performed traditional dances in my honor. I was starting to feel like a real chief, despite my initial reservations. But as the sun began to set, I realized that I had a problem. I couldn't just stay in Umons and become the chief. I had a life back in the city, a job and friends and family. I didn't know how to explain this to the villagers, but I knew I had to try. I called Emeka aside and explained my situation. He listened patiently and then nodded. "I understand," he said. "But you can't just leave now. The villagers have chosen you as their chief, and you have to respect their decision." I was torn. Part of me wanted to stay and experience this unique opportunity, but another part of me was screaming to get back to my normal life. As I stood there, trying to make a decision, the villagers started to gather around me. They were chanting and singing, and they seemed to be expecting me to say something. I took a deep breath and started to speak. "My dear friends and villagers," I began. "I am honored and humbled by your decision to choose me as your chief. However, I must be honest with you. I am not from this village, and I have a life back in the city. I don't know if I can stay here and fulfill the responsibilities of being a chief." The villagers looked at me with surprise and disappointment. But then, something unexpected happened. One of the elders stepped forward and started to speak. "We understand your concerns," he said. "But we believe that you have been chosen for a reason. You have a pure heart and a strong spirit, and we need someone like you to lead our village. We are willing to give you time to think and to make arrangements for your life back in the city. But we ask that you stay with us for now and learn about our customs and traditions." I was touched by the elders' words, and I felt a sense of responsibility to the villagers. I decided to stay in Umons for a while and learn more about the village and its people.